Hello and welcome to the Stronghold Digital Mining Daily Update. Today is Monday, October 16th, 2023. My name is Steven Zeiner. This is going to be a relatively short update. So over the weekend, right, we've all kind of been digesting the news that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission decided not to appeal its adverse ruling in the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust litigation. Basically, the SEC appears to, at this juncture, be paving the way for something positive to happen, or at least, one might sort of infer that the SEC is paving the way for something positive to occur as it relates to an exchange-traded spot Bitcoin fund of some kind, right? That's not to say that there may not still be maneuvers or issues that come up which the SEC attempts to, essentially place, I don't want to say roadblocks, but, maybe speed bumps, right, for the process. But I get the impression that the agency very, I think, correctly has heard the multitude of voices, right, out there saying we want a spot Bitcoin ETF, right? This isn't a matter of like the world rising in unison to denounce the idea of a spot Bitcoin ETF, right? It's not like there's protests in the streets and, letter writing campaigns. Nobody, as far as I'm aware, is really against a spot Bitcoin ETF, at least certainly not that I'm aware of. So it kind of begs the question, why is this really, I think, mission critical agency that legitimately does incredible work at protecting investors, at rooting out bad actors, why is it getting in the way of this process? Well, I think at this juncture, we might be seeing evidence, right, that the agency is getting out of the way. So the price of Bitcoin, as you've probably noticed as well, has been drifting higher. Last time I checked, it was north of $28,000 per coin. Shares of Stronghold Digital Mining have been doing well today. And yes, it's true. We had a news release at the close of business on Friday that included our September 2023 Bitcoin mining update. And it also included some news regarding a collaboration with Frontier Mining. Speaking of which, if you go into the description of this video, you'll see a link to my X account, okay? And on my X account over the weekend, I posted some reasonably detailed evidence that strongly suggests that Frontier Mining has actually been collaborating with Stronghold Digital Mining for quite some time. And I'm going to let that thread on X speak for itself. This is something that I'm likely to talk about again in these broadcasts once I have a little bit more information. But I think the evidence that I presented is best suited for a text-based interaction. So you don't need an X account, to the best of my knowledge, to check out my content. So just find that in the description below and check it out. I think you're going to find it kind of interesting. So anyway, so there was the September 2023 Bitcoin mining update, this Frontier Mining announcement, right? This all came out in a news release on Friday. Hey, is that the reason why shares of Stronghold Digital Mining are trading higher today? Hey, maybe, but I think the more fundamental reason is because our stock has a tendency to trade in sympathy with the price of Bitcoin. And so we're seeing Bitcoin go up and we're seeing shares of our stock go up. I suspect that if we start to see Bitcoin really start to make some moves, higher, remember, there's no spot ETF, spot Bitcoin ETF that's been approved as of yet, right? But as it might become clearer and clearer that something like that is going to happen, I strongly suspect that we might potentially see shares of our stock double. That's not a really big move, by the way. That's not necessarily something, right, to cheer about. And I only say that not to diminish that, hey, 100% return is awesome. But, in the grand scheme of where we've been as a company, where our stock has been, to go from, say, roughly now, say $4.50 a share to like $9 a share, we've been at $9 a share before, okay? It's not like we're entering uncharted territory. So my point is, though, that I do suspect this could potentially be the beginning of a slow but steady move to the upside. Again, I'm not here to make a prediction about our stock price. That's like the last thing I'm able to accurately predict, right? But I do suspect that if we see Bitcoin march higher and we continue to see stable steady, relatively predictable, positive performance, operational performance from Stronghold Digital Mining, it's my expectation that we're going to see our stock do really well within an environment in which the price of Bitcoin is going higher. I'm not talking about Bitcoin mining economics even, right? I'm not talking about hash prices, although the last time I checked, hash prices were close to 7 cents, which is pretty darn good for us, right? But leaving that aside, just the fact that the price of Bitcoin is moving higher and has the potential to move higher, I think is a really, really good tailwind for our company stock. So I'm excited about that. Okay, as I said, this is going to be a relatively short update. I am looking forward to seeing the Form 8K that is likely to be filed sometime this week that pertains to the news release that was issued this past Friday, this past Friday, October the 13th. And so once that Form 8K is released, there may be some additional details in there that I'm going to dig through, and that might help inform our understanding of the relationship, right, of this new agreement that exists that we're learning about now, right, between Frontier Mining and Stronghold Digital Mining. So, okay. With all of that said, let's stay positive, let's be great, and we'll see each other again here tomorrow.